Facebook, what's up? It's me, Evangelist Shakira, and I'm preparing myself to head back to Fort Lauderdale. When God gave me a word in the midst of eating, I had to write it down on my food container. But anyways, God said, come and tell my people that I have personally selected the ones that have been neglected and rejected. Let me say it again for you. He said, tell my people that I have personally handpicked and selected the ones that have been neglected and rejected. The ones just like myself. The ugly ducklings, the ones that have always been thought that wasn't going to make it, the ones that they thought that was death struck or dead, that was going to end up dead or in jail, the ones that they thought that were going to end up pregnant before times, the ones that they thought that was going to end up on somebody's strip pole. God said, I have personally selected you for a time such as this. He said, I have selected the ones that have been neglected and rejected. What are you saying, evangelist? Watch this. God is calling the ex-homosexuals, the ones who were women who dated other women like myself, the ones who was involved in threesomes like myself, the ones who were dating men and men on men like myself who was delivered. God are selecting you in this season, the ones who have been called out, neglected, and rejected, the ones who were told they were never going to be anything, the ugly ducklings of the family, the ones who they always talked down on, the ones who they said that were going to end up dead or in jail, the ones that they said that were going to end up pregnant by the time they were 14. God has selected the ones that are neglected and have been rejected. Watch this. What are you saying, evangelist? God is calling the strippers in this season. He's calling the ones who know what it's like to have been raped and beaten. He's calling the ones who knew what it's like to have to lay up with a man for money to take care of their child. He's calling the ones that have been raped by their fathers or their mother's boyfriends. God are calling you in this season. Hear what I'm saying? He's doing a call for the ones that have been neglected and rejected. He has personally selected you. What are you saying, evangelist? God warned the ones who had to stand out on the corner and sell dope. God is calling the ones who had to shoot dice on the street to make money. God is calling the ones who had to go out and break into houses just to provide for their family. God is calling the ones who jail was a revolving door to. God is calling the ones that had to go to prison 5-6 times before they finally got it. God is calling you in this season. My God, what are you saying, evangelist? God wants the ugly ducklings. God wants the ones who got the testimony. Why? Because people are tired of hearing about what John did in the Bible. These people want to know, what have you been through? For instance, how can you tell me that I should not be laying up with another woman if you haven't been a homosexual? How can you tell me that I should not go in and out of jail if you've never been to jail before, not even for a ticket? How can you tell me that I need to be delivered from selling drugs if you ain't never sold a piece of crack a day in your life? God are calling the ones who have been through something because they have powerful testimonies, because they know what it's like to be down, because they're not going to look down on the ones that have been forecast. God said, I'm selecting, personally handpicking the ones that have been neglected and rejected in this season. My God, how can you tell me that you understand what it's like to lose a child if you've never lost one? How can you tell me what it's like to be pinned down and be raped by 4 or 5 men if you never have been raped before? How could you tell me what it's like? Tell me you understand my pain. What it's like to have had your father raped you if no one has never touched you. God said he's calling the ones that have been neglected and rejected in this season. God said that he's personally selecting the ones that they thought and they talked down about. He's calling you to the forefront. He's not calling the people who stuck in religion anymore. He's calling the ones that are a little bit rough around the edges, but they got something inside of them. God is calling you for this season. If the videos are blessing you, don't be afraid to hit share. Don't be afraid to tag a friend. I love you. God love you. And that's what matters the most. Be blessed.